PhD of Mark Dowdy. Welcome to the driver profile, Mark Dowdy. How are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm at the racetrack and the sun's shining.
That's always a good thing when you're at the racetrack and the sun's shining. Nice car you got sitting back there. Also, the other car that you own as well, the 102 driven by Dustin Studs. Tell us a little bit about them cars.
Thank you. Well, we're pretty proud of them. We worked hard on them all winter. Dustin is a Warrior chassis that I ran for the last 2 years. And we've actually got that car for sale so we can put Duster in a new killer chassis, which that's what my cars are, the killer chassis.
And your car has definitely been running pretty good. You're out front every week and vying for the win every week. Is it this track, Mark, or is it the car, the driver? Tell us what it is. Tell us what makes Mark Dowdy so competitive each and every week here at the Tennessee National Raceway.
Man, I'm just like every other guy here. I want to win. Our theory is to win races, you got to put the work in at the shop. And we work our butts off at the shop every night. I'm sure just about everybody out here that runs up front will tell you that to win a race, you gotta put your work in at the race shop first, and that's what we do.
Do you drive this action track chair around the race shop like you drive it around the Tennessee National Raceway?
If I drove this thing around the shop, most of my crew guys would be livid, because I'd be running over their feet all the time.
Action track chairs, again, one of your sponsors. A cool chair, I got to admit that. Now, that's just something that I've noticed from day one when you started racing here. You come out in this action track chair, it's a cool chair. I'm just going to tell you. Everybody makes a comment about it.
Well, I tell you what, it does get a lot of attention. It is cool, but the best thing about it, I've been, last Tuesday was a 5-year anniversary of my accident. I've been paralyzed. For 4 years, up until this winter, I hadn't stood vertical at all since that day. When Action Track Chair came to the house to demonstrate this morning and talked to me about our sponsorship for this year, they brought me one, and I got in it, and this thing will stand me vertical too. And it's one of the few wheelchairs out there that will actually do that. And you don't realize how important that is until you sat down for 4.5 years. When I stood up for the first time in 4.5 years, I'm telling you, the joy that came through me was just, it's indescribable. Action Track Chair is in the business of bringing that feeling back to people. That's awesome.
Well, our thoughts and congratulations to you. Like you say, standing for the first time in 4.5 years, and with the help of Action. I got something on the internet that's actually checked out the internet. But we got a
You know, I brought that up to Bill and the gang about when you're in a wheelchair here, this is one of the best facilities to get around because of all the concrete. But that one pipe along the fence is right in your line of sight, and you either got to bend down all night or stretch up all night. And for Bill and his crew to build this wheelchair platform, and not only this one, they built a brand new one down here in Turn 4 as well. They are setting the benchmark for all the racetracks in the area because there are a lot. We found out since I got hurt, went back to racing, there's a lot of people, not only in wheelchairs, but the elderly that are using a walker to get by or whatever. They want to come to the racetrack, but they can't find these bleachers or they can't make it up some steps or like that. And this just makes all the difference in the world. And I got to say thank you to Bill Ibbs and the crew at Tennessee National Raceway for going out and making the wheelchair landing and everything. That's just spectacular.
Like you said, Bill and his crew does an excellent job here. The remarkable additions that they made, I guess we could say. And like you said, I was speaking with someone as I usually make my way down the stands area. I was speaking with a guy that was actually down at the one that you're talking about in Turn 4, and he said, "Man, I love it. This is awesome. I love going to the racetrack where I know that I can take my chair and sit and watch the race at this spot." And so again, I agree with you. Mr. Bill Hiddison and his crew does an excellent job on getting it so people can watch the race. And you know, the track, what the race like the track
back, the race fans will see, they'll see the cars doing the wheelies and carrying the front tire and throwing the rooster tails and all of these.
And that's what enjoy watching that. I want to see you guys go outside and looking for lines. I noticed last week, Mark, I watched you 2 or 3 different laps, and you and all the other cars in the limited race model division. You guys will search for lines, especially like hot laps and come the heat race time. I see you running at the bottom, I see you running in the middle, I see you running at the top. Are you looking for a faster line, or are you looking for a more comfortable line as a driver?
Well, with this limited late model division the way it is, the competition is so close. I mean, we don't have really one man that's running away with another. And the old saying is, if you want to pass somebody, you can't follow. So we're all just kind of moving around to find that spot where we can run a little bit faster than the guy in front of us, because the guy in front of us is usually running pretty close to the same speed. And this 2-barrel crate division is really so close that we have to move around to find something, or you're just going to follow. And if you follow, man, you're going to have to.
I'm going to let you jump in.